Hello YouTube and welcome to the Smart Money Group channel. Here is a brand new and well-tested system called the 3-Chop Marty 9 Baccarat system. I would say it's the best banker player system we've developed to date, so please subscribe. We put a lot of work and effort into this for you. Now here's how it works. You wait for 3 chops in a row, only starting on a new row. Start your betting on the 4th chop that continues the chop as it started. For example, player, banker, player, next bet is banker. Most of your wins will occur on the 4th bet or Marty 1. If you don't win the 4th bet, then simply play your 5th or more bets with the following sequence. For example, if you're looking at a player, banker, player chop and the 4th hand is a player win, your betting sequence will be the opposite of how the chop started, which would be banker, banker, player, banker, banker. Just follow the opposite sequence if the chop started as a banker, player, banker. For example, player, player, banker, player, player. So please pay close attention to this video coming up. And here is our simulator. So we're going to now look for a 3 chop. We have one right there. Player, banker, player. Next bet would be banker, and that's a win, a Marty 1 win. Let's look for our next chop, which would be banker, player, banker, and we have a player win right there. So that's our second win of the shoe. Our next sequence is right there. Player, never bet or just skip the tie. Player, banker, player, banker. That is our 3rd win on Marty 1. We've had all Marty 1s. Here's another one. Player, banker, player, player. Then you would revert back to the opposite, which is banker, and we won on the Marty 2 or 2nd one. Next sequence is a banker, player, banker, player. You win on the player or another Marty 1. And here's another one. Banker, player, banker, player. Right there, you've won that one. So most of your wins are actually Marty 1s. We've won $500. Let's pull up a new shoe. And right off the sequence, we have a banker, player, banker, player sequence. And we won another Marty 1 right off the bat. Our next one is player, banker, player, player. Revert back to the beginning, which would be banker. Don't ever count the ties. So we won on the banker bet, Marty 2. Let's look for our next sequence. Our chop starts there. Banker, player, banker, banker. Then you reverse it to a player, because the first one was a banker and you went on that one. Let's seek out our next chop, and there it is. Player, banker, player, banker. Went on a Marty 1. Let's seek out our next chop. It's player, banker, player, player. Now it's banker, banker, player, and we won on the next. That's a Marty 2. Let's look for our next chop. It's banker, player, banker, and we have a banker, banker. That's supposed to be player, and we won on the player bet, which is a Marty 3. So we won $600 on that shoe. So we're up about roughly a little over $1,000. And we have another chop, player, banker, player, player. Revert to the opposite of the beginning, which would be a banker. So that is a win right there. Our next chop would be banker, player, banker, player. And we won on that player bet, Marty 1. Let's look for our next chop, which is player, banker, player, banker. Again, Marty 1, banker win. Our next chop would be player, banker, player, player. Revert to the beginning, banker, and you won on the Marty 2. So it's really that easy. You're going to win most of your bets on the first hand, betting hand. We won $400 there. Now, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I have a Christopher Mitchell sighting, which is very funny, coming up next. And we've been playing this for a couple of months now. We haven't suffered a loss yet. But, you know, as a disclaimer, the house always holds the edge.
All right,
here's Christopher.
So I want to give you guys an update. I am still here at Red Rock Casino. I have been here for 2 freaking hours now. So I showed you the clip where when I first came in the door, I sat down at the stadium gaming section, and after I made $100 and they made 3 dealer changes, I decided to get up and go to the actual roulette tables on the casino floor. And oh my gosh, the second I got to my first roulette table, I got down $1,000 literally in 5 freaking minutes. The dealer was all over the place. No matter what I did, I just kept losing. So I took the $1,000, lost that. So then I took another $1,000 out of my pocket, bought in for $2,000, got down a little bit from that. So then I took another $2,000 out of my pocket. So I ended up buying in for $4,000 on one roulette table. And I have been digging to get myself out of the hole and profit literally for the last 2 freaking hours. So, good news and bad news. The good news is I got all of my $4,000 that I bought in with back. Plus, after I tipped out the dealer, I'm leaving with $50 in profit.
Well, Christopher Mitchell's back, and he's using his wife's YouTube channel because his channel has been suspended for 90 days. The GOAT, well, he's an idiot and he's a liar. Risking $4,000, spending 2 hours, and of all games, to win $50 at roulette. He's really scraped the bottom of the barrel here. He's a disgrace. What happened to Baccarat? And by the way, what happened to the fact that he was going on vacation, other business ventures? He's just a liar.